Earth's greatest pollinators, the bees. What would a world without them look like? Many may think they're just a pest, but in reality, they contribute much more than buzzing and a rare sting. Without bees, many of the fruits and vegetables we consume every day would slowly disappear or become scarce, causing the price of produce to skyrocket. Many of the fruits and vegetables we consume on a regular basis would slowly begin to fade, such as apples, almonds, blueberries, cherries, avocados, cucumber, onions, oranges, and pumpkins. Bees pollinate around one-third of the food we eat, which can have a grave impact on humanity. Impacts like empty produce shelves, higher grocery prices, lower consumer confidence, and probably a feeling of guilt. Now, with all that being said, why is the bee population on the decline? There are many causes, with most of them being because of humanity. Pesticides. Today, beekeepers operate within a complex array of grasslands and agricultural lands. Therefore, honeybees are exposed to a wide range of insecticides, fungicides, and herbicides. Colony side effects of sublethal pesticide exposure include delayed adult development, reduced brood comb longevity, and increased likelihood of being infected with the parasite Nosema cerami. It should be noted that the use of these chemicals don't directly kill the bees, but by causing Nosema cerami, it can damage the gut, impairing digestion, which will shorten the bee's lifespan. In areas where pesticides are in use, bee populations drop 43%. Another cause of the bee's downfall is destruction of habitat. One example being invasive species, such as the Asian hornet, which can go through and decimate entire hives in hours. More examples on the human side being installations of pavement and manufactured lawns like turf, reduced plant diversity, which causes poor nourishment, starvation, disease, and fragmentation. Now, ever since we're young, we hear about how important bees are and what they do for us. But what exactly is their impact on humanity? Pollination and crops. This is by far their biggest impact on humanity as well as the ecosystem as a whole. Bees pollinate by transferring pollen from the male anther of the flower to the female stigma of another while foraging for nectar and pollen. As bees move between flowers, pollen sticks to their fuzzy bodies through electrostatic forces, and as they transfer it to the next blossom, enabling plant fertilization. Bees are responsible for pollinating one-third of all the plant life on Earth. They are also responsible for pollinating approximately 100 crops. And without this, like I said earlier, there would be scarcity, rising prices, and perhaps famines in certain areas of the world. Now, they are also major economic producers, not only nationally, but globally. In just the United States, bees pollinate more than $15 billion worth of crops every year. Around the world, the food production of bees amounts to $235 to $577 billion. If bee production was a publicly traded company, they would be just off the top 10 on the low end and number 3 on the high end, making their economic output higher than companies like Apple, ExxonMobil, and Berkshire Hathaway. So not only do they give us one-third of the food we eat, but they also contribute massive amounts of money into our markets every year. Without this, entire sectors of markets around the world could start to rapidly decline in output, as well as many farms around the world having to fold or go under because of their lack of production. Even after all of this negative impact and possible circumstances we could face, what can we do to help save their species? Because there is time left. We can all start by planting native and diverse flowers in our areas, even individually. Planting native plants are 4 times more likely to attract bees. Blue, purple, and yellow flowers are good for bee-friendly gardens. Some of the key plants are catmint, sunflowers, lavender, and bee balm. Another step we can individually take is to support and preserve bee habitats. Some things we can do are getting rid of fake lawns and planting real grass, replacing lawns with pocket wildflower meadows, plant bee-friendly blooms in window boxes, using flower pots or vegetable beds. Ending or limiting habitat loss can help bees repopulate, even if it's just in one area. Another step we can take, although a lot trickier, is to limit pesticides. Politics. You can try to encourage Congress members and senators to bring forth legislation to limit the pesticide use in either your area, nationally, statewide. Also, independently, you can end the use of bug killer and pesticides around your home, and using your hands to dig up invasive plants rather than just using chemicals. With that being said, there are many steps we can take to help bring back the bees and make sure that they keep on producing for us, the whole ecosystem, all around the world.